Okay. Oh man. Alright. What we got here is a Johnson 65 horse power shift 2. Older motor. It's running, but it's not running great. So we'll fix it. Take the cowl off. Anyway, check the firing already. It's firing good. Runs. So do a visual inspection because I'm going to take these off. It's missing the airbox. Not sure who or what. Anyway, this wasn't really working. I kind of lubricated it, sprayed it, but yeah, it's pretty dirty. So this would be your throttle. Somehow it's tied to the shift linkage. So I guess this is throttle. No, this is shift. Right here is shift. So this is shift. Throttle. Right. So I got this little adjustment there. Choke. He's got a emergency shut off. I'm gonna do that. He got linkage coming up. Made carb. Looks like it goes up to there. So you don't change these. Just pop that out. Pop this out. And then this is for his choke. This is bent. You got a spring. This looks like it's cut off or broken, but it's actually here, and it's not doing anything. So this is probably been stacked underneath there. I'll have to look into that. And you got a choke arm going up to number 1, choke arm going to number 2. So take off this one, take off that bottom one. Alright, and then leave this intact. This comes off. You got bolts up here for each carb, so that comes out. This all can come as one piece. Then those 1, 2, 3. Okay, or I'm sorry, it's not correct. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3. So you gotta get in here. This will turn. You know, I can turn it out of the way to maybe get to it. If not, I'll just take this off. The other side. Fuel line. It's gonna go from here to here. It's got another one of those. It's got a little extra. I might just cut it off right there. I don't know if you can see that. I might just cut it off like right here. This is fine, and it's tie wrapped. But it's, you know, like up there, it's not tie wrapped. There, it's not tie wrapped. Yeah, there, down there, it's not tie wrapped. That gets this fuel line out. And then 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3 down there. see your mark. As long as that all goes back right. Pull that out of the way or pull it back. Yeah, I may leave that on because I can pull this back and get to that bolt. And I'll have to pull this back to get to that bottom bolt. Take the solenoid out of the way. And then there's an automatic, a manual choke, and it's got a cotter pin that goes through it. Okay. So there's the cotter pin. Let's probably just pull that out, let it dangle. Just pull this out. Just let it dangle. Take this off. There's ground wire there. Just pull it out of the way. Again, take this off. Almost be enough, but I'll have to take this off in order to get to that bottom bolt. Springs, again, this one's loose. It's not in the right place. It's not doing anything. So, gotta figure out where that goes. I think it bends back, but maybe I don't see how it does anything. Oh, it stops against there. That's what it does. See this spring? It stops against here. See how it's moving? Just kind of gives you a little whatever. So that's right. So they all come off as one. This is missing. There's a stop. There's a little plastic stopper. Keeps that from coming off. So we'll need to find that. I'm going to get a tub to put everything in. It's good. It doesn't have great compression. Somebody wrote the compression 100, 103, 106. But I listened to it and it still does rhyme. It's not going to be great. Oh, no, like brand new. It's 1973. Oh, here's the... if I can get it out of the way. There's the model number, model and serial number right there. 6-gallon tank. Connects right here. So one thing I noticed, it's like, on the cowling, that is no pee hole. So where's the pee hole, huh? That's the mystery. Probably needs a new thermostat. So this is one of these where it looks to me like the pee hole comes out of the bottom of the lower unit. This car blows. How do you know if it's getting water pressure? We have to do a little investigation on that deal. Parts room works, everything works. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna knock that out. Okay, got the carburetors off, and so on each one of the carburetors, I took a scribe. Really, this is like a metal punch, but I scribed. So on this one, you know, I put number 1, okay, and then number 2 is same place. Number 2. Hopefully you can see that. This is number 2. If you use a Sharpie, when you clean it, it's going to come off, and you're not going to remember where it goes. And then this is number 3, right? So I just took a scribed that. So you could do your bottom, but the bottom bowl is going to be the same, all 3 carburetors. Nothing's going to change. But I'm going to separate each one out into their own container when I take them apart. So this is number 3 carburetors. So remember, we've got one linkage that goes there, right? And it's kind of an arm that goes up and it curves. Then the bottom linkage on number 3 carburetor is here, and it's going to go up like this. So yeah, it's here, and it's kind of got to turn like that. So we can take these off, throw them in the thing. So one thing you can do is just disconnect this. Okay, we're going to put the screw back where we found it, because it doesn't matter. Well, hold it correctly. That's tight. And we'll leave this the way it is. This one, we'll just pop it off of the thing. It just pops off. So now these 3 arms, we'll throw them in a parts washer. So there's 3. Okay, number 1, we don't have to take any linkage off. Okay. Number 2, we've got this arm. So the way it is, this is just above it, above that one, and it's curved. Okay. So what we got to do is see if these are the same, because you got 2 of them. They're exactly alike. So let's pop this off. Let's just look. They might be the same. They are the same. So these 2 linkages are exactly the same. Okay, go in the parts washer. Then I take this off. It's just the fuel inlet. I don't put that back on. It's an old spring. Pretty simple. Take the fuel off. Looks pretty dirty. So now the next thing to do is to get my 3 containers, and then I can break each one of these carbs down. Now this on number 2, look how it's bent slightly. So probably what I want to do is go ahead and take this off. This spring is like this. This spring is like this. So, you know, I want to take this off, but you got a spring that goes from here up to there. Okay, so we want to take that spring off and just take a pair of needle nose, and I'm going to take it off from the top, hopefully. Okay, and then it should just come right off. I can see. Just don't want to break it, you know. And you don't want to bend it either. There's the spring. Okay. And then we'll just take that off. Screwdriver. This will be fine. So I'm just going to take that off. Okay, and that should slide out of there, and it does. And then we're going to take the screw and we're going to put it back where we found it. And then that's all it needs. I could take this spring off, but honestly, if I put these in separate, then I should be fine. So again, this will go to the number 2. So I got the other 2 carburetors that are completely broken down, but I thought I'd show this one. And these are simple little carburetors. First thing you want to do is you want to take out this Welch plug. And the reason why is this is your air idle. There's no adjustment for air idle on these carburetors. They're set. They were set at the factory, and this screw is just a plug. All it does is block the air. But down inside here, there's 3 little bitty holes to let the air in to mix with the fuel. So it's real simple. I'm just going to take a punch, and the new kit will come with you don't want to take the bottom off or anything, because you got to punch that out, so you don't want the bottom float getting damaged or anything like that. So all you do is just get it started, and it kind of turn. Seems crazy, but it's real simple. Pop that out. There's enough cavity, you're not going to mess anything up. So anyway, toss that. Alright, and so then I've got a tub. I'll put all my parts in. So, you know, I first just take this guy out. And I had these loose already, so just screw with a washer. And then down inside here is a jet. You'll find a screwdriver. It's going to go down and not mess any threads up. And then get a hold of that. You'll feel it click. And then you just loosen it up. And it drops out. And it's tiny. So that's your air idle, I guess. I'm not sure. But it's a jet. And it doesn't have the numbers on it. So if you forget, let's look it up in your book. So now we can we're just going to take our bottom bowl off. So you gotta This is a drain plug for the fuel, if you ever need to drain it. And there's a washer. We'll toss the washer. And then we got 4 screws on the bottom. So we'll just take our screwdriver. And these are all, every one of these carburetors, they've been loose. So probably what really, I don't know what the book says, and I'm thinking maybe like some blue Loctite. Because they're never going to get real super hot. Not enough to break down blue Loctite. And then you don't have to worry about them backing out. Loctite's like your friend. Don't use red, because then you'd never get it out. But like medium strength would probably be fine. And that'll just keep them locked in. So when I assemble them, I'll do that. So I guess before I do this, like right now the float would be all the way down. So if I take a piece of rag, and I check this on the other ones, if you blow in it. Okay, so this one was good. Because if it was opening up, if that needle seat was bad, then you could feel the air blowing past it. You know, like if I turn it like this, where the float is down, the needle seat was, I say down, but it's open. And so now it would be closed. So that's working. And if you're unsure, like you don't have a book, you could take a feeler gauge if you wanted to, and you could measure that closed, your float closed, and you know, you could adjust it. It's like fully open is what I'm talking about. Or like this is fully open, so you could take a feeler gauge and you could probably measure, I'm guessing you would measure between the needle seat and the body, but I've done enough of these to know when they're open and when they're closed. So then you got a little pin right there, right? You just need to knock that through. And I just use I've got a little punch and a rubber mallet. Like this one, it just fell out. Usually you have a rubber mallet. And then here's the needle seat. I don't know if you can see this or not, but normally the way it goes on is it just slides. There's a little bitty, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's like a little bitty spring clip, and it holds it on like that. Anyway, I got new needle seats coming, but I'll throw it in there. Why not? And then you got a gasket, so you're gonna replace the gasket. And then we're going to take this out, and you got another jet that's right here, right? So then you want to take a small screwdriver, but something that'll fit in there. You know, because you don't want to damage it. Usually they pop out pretty good. So it's a real small one. Yeah, there we go. That cleaned it out. So anyway, that knocks that out. You do not. Here's the thing, like you could break this down farther, but the cleaner, I'm gonna just, you know, I'm gonna clean it with some Pine Sol. So inside this, and you won't be able to see it. There's no way. There's 3 little holes, and that's where the fuel and the air come out. And if you look where I took the Welch plug out, there's 3 little holes in there that supply the air. So somewhere, it's pulling air, and they go out through there. Anyway, it mixes the fuel and the air right there. So, that's good to know. There's really nothing else to break down on these carburetors. Once you do all that, I mean, like I said, I could take this off and the spring off, but it's just the Venturi, and anyway. So that all goes into my thing. I got 3 of these little Tupperware bowls, right? And we have a bunch of this stuff, so that sits flat. Constantly working on stuff. And what I'll do is I just went to Dollar General, right? And just get some Pine Sol. And I like going rich with it. It's like $3 a bottle, and we're just gonna dump it in there. And it's straight Pine Sol. So I'm gonna do, about half, and then I'll go get some warm water, and I'm gonna fill this up to cover the carburetor. And I'll let them soak for like 24 hours. And then I put like an electric sander and I tape it on and I put it on top. It's not a true, ultrasonic cleaner, but it cleans them up really good. You can see right there already, or maybe you can't. There's the fuel bowl. That's a good way to know, like, if your fuel bowl is actually floating and it's not like got a hole in it where it won't float. But the new kits I got come with floats, and so anyway, the other 2 carburetors, the floats weren't working on them. They were like super, like the air, like it wasn't closing. So the fuel was flooding. It was running super rich. And one other thing to note, there is another Welch plug on these, right? But once you open up this one and you take that, so air's coming in, through here, and then and through here. So you get this passageway, and then if you take that jet out, if you got that opened up, so when you're done, you can blow through there, clean that out real good. So it's not necessary to take that second Welch plug out. Now, the kits, they send you with that Welch plug, and if you wanted to, you could do it. If you wanted to get hypercritical about it, you could do that. You could so I've got the other 2 carburetors. They're over sitting on my other bench, and I'll do this, but I'll let them soak. I gotta wait for the kits, so it's just better to let them soak. And I like Pine Sol because all these carburetors, all the manufacturers, you notice they're kind of a gray, kind of don't know what color you would call that, but what it is they're coated with something that keeps them from corroding, you know, because they're just aluminum, right? So if you use something corrosive, then you're going to take that off, and then you've destroyed, you know, you've destroyed the carburetor. It's pretty straightforward. I'll let it soak, and then when I get my kits in, because it's going to be a few days before I get my kits, so I'll just let them soak. Chem dip, you know, that's like $20 a bottle or whatever, but over time that solvent, it degrades, and then you got all the dirt that settles in the bottom of that can. And yeah, I don't think I would use that. And then, you know, some certain types of chemicals, you know, take that finish off. So Pine Sol works great. I've done a bunch of carburetors with Pine Sol, and I've always been pretty happy. Now, obviously, gas is probably the best. You know, gas is going to be the best at taking dirt and everything off of them. But, you know, I don't know. This works. Gas is kind of, you know, you think about it, if it gets under pressure, it could explode. So even ATF, I wouldn't use any of that stuff. But anyway, this stuff works great. Like I said, I've done many carburetors like this. Now I want to get, you know, a proper ultrasonic cleaner, but they're expensive, and you know, they're not, I guess they're not too terribly bad. I just haven't bought one yet, and I probably should, because I think they probably work the best. So that'll be enough for now, and I'll just get this all back together. But basically, the guy just needed his carbs clean. Engine's running. Seems to be the only thing I won't know is like doing a load test. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll catch you later.
I used to hear them talking, the stories they tell, hanging out and sitting around in heartbreak hell. I could see that this ain't no place for me. And then my story